First off, let's start off for the uninitiated out there. What exactly would your roles be? What would your duties be as a wrestling TV writer?
My duties as a wrestling TV writer is to assure there are as many eyeballs watching the product as possible. And that basically means, Mike, by any extremes necessary. You do what you have to do in order to put people in front of the television set watching your show, because whether you want to admit it or not, in this business, everything is ratings. In our case, everything is pay-per-view buys. So you do whatever you have to do to get people to watch the show.
And in your opinion, how much does the writer affect the success or failure of a television program?
Tremendously, Mike. Because again, if you were the writer of this show, we would have a 2-hour wrestling match that nobody would watch, Mike. Okay? The show would fail. The show wouldn't be on the air right now. I'm here to make sure that doesn't happen. Is there a place for wrestling? Without question. This sport, as you call it, was built on wrestling. Does it need to change? Does it need to evolve? You're damn right it does. And one day, sooner or later, you will understand that.
Hey, Vince, at this point in time, do you feel any responsibility at all for the demise of World Championship Wrestling?
You know, Mike, let me explain something to you, because that question gets brought up 100 times. Do you understand? I was actually writing the television at WCW for 9 months. Do you understand that, Mike? 9 months. You tell me, how long was WCW in existence? How many years, Mike? How many years?
Many
10
years.
years? 15 years? And you mean to tell me you're stupid enough to believe that in 9 months, Vince Russo put that out of business? Well, you know what? If I did, maybe it deserved to go out of business then.
You know what? I think it was a very salvageable project at that time. No question. Look at the talent that WCW had. Look at the talent. Bill Goldberg, all the great cruiserweights that we had, Kevin Nash.
And why was I brought in, Mike? I was brought in because the product was in the shitter. I was brought in because the eyeballs weren't watching the show anymore.
Let me ask you some specifics.
They brought in the most successful writer in the history of the business, me. That's why I was brought in. So let's start there.
Let me ask you some specifics. In WCW, we had a signature trademark division called the Cruiserweights. Incredible talent. Eddie Guerrero, Rey Mysterio, and I can go on and on. Why would you decide to take that Cruiserweight division and build it around Evan Courageous, a young wrestler, Ed Ferrara, one of your co-writers, and a woman wrestler by the name of Medusa?
Because people want entertainment, Mike. You want lucha libras, whatever you call them. Go to Japan, go to Mexico, you get all the lucha libras you want. Here in the United States, people want to be entertained. And there are about this many people that are entertained by guys jumping around in a ring for 40 minutes. You're entertained, but you know what, Mike? You don't mean shit. Okay?
Vince, what was the positive in tarnishing the image and the history of the World's Heavyweight Championship belt,
the prop,
by having David Arquette
the prop,
as the World's Heavyweight Champion? Tell me the positive.
I'll tell you the positive, Mike, because what you don't understand is, was it a publicity stunt? Yes, Mike, it was a publicity stunt. And you know what? The next day, I opened up the USA Today, and there was a picture in the USA Today of David Arquette covering Eric Bischoff. Would we have gotten that kind of coverage if DDP won the belt that night?
So in other words, you sold your soul. You sold your soul for one day's mention of USA Today.
Damn right, I sold my soul. How many people read USA Today, Mike?
Let me explain this to me. The week after that happened, why did the television rating for Monday Nitro drop to its lowest in 4.5 years? Why did the WWF's program have almost 3 times the audience that WCW did? 7.4 to 2.4.
Well, Mike, first of all, do you have
those
numbers here to show me? As far as I'm concerned, you're full of shit. You could sit around here and throw around all the numbers you want. I don't believe a word that comes out of your mouth. You want to show me those numbers? Then we'll talk about those numbers. All I know is USA Today was covering WCW for the only time in the history of the paper. Understand? Now you do.
Let's bring things up to date.
Let's bring it up to date.
And
nobody started watching this damn show until Sports Entertainment Extreme came in that back door. Let's talk about, Mike, 300 people being turned away last week because of Sports Entertainment Extreme.
Let's talk about November 20th. What a memorable, historic night it was in this building. And I thought we finally had done it. Jeff Jarrett did a terrific promo the week before. He told the people exactly what it meant to him to finally fulfill his quest
And who cares?
as world's heavy.
And
Who
who
cares?
cares?
There was
Who
incredible
cares,
heat
Mike?
in this building. I finally felt like we had turned the
100 people
corner,
that were in
and
here.
you had to ruin it by your interference.
Ruin it? Mike, you've seen this building since then. Packed to the rafters. People screaming my name. People chanting Sports Entertainment Extreme. You think they care what Jeff said? You think they cared about his tradition promo?
I heard it.
Promo? Yeah, you
They
cared, Mike,
cared.
and you're the only one. And if I leave this business in your hands and people like you, there won't be a TNA. I'm doing this for your own good, Mike.
You know, Vince, this is your chance. Tell us what your vision
I'll tell you
is.
what I
Tell
want,
us what
Mike.
your
I'll
vision
tell
is
you
for
what I
Sports
want.
Entertainment
Vince
Extreme.
Russo is
Sell me on
Vince
this
Russo is a
product.
man with a heart and a soul who has two boys sitting at home. And you know what my vision is? I want my boys to be able to make a living in this business. But in order for that to happen, Mike, this business needs to be around. And if it continues to go the rate that you want it to be, and these jackasses at NWA are going, and Vince McMahon and his, I don't even know what that is on Monday nights going, there won't be a wrestling business, not 5 years from now, 1 year from now, Mike. And you know what? Don't say another word, because when all's said and done, you're going to be thanking me, and you're going to be kissing my big ass, Mike.